Hello everybody and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin and we are on part 10 of Spyro Reignited Trilogy, possibly the finale of Spyro the Dragon within the trilogy. We only have one little thing to do. I have decided to fill the hour. I'm gonna go for the remaining skill points. So we will figure out what to do from there. Once I finish this last little kind of reward of a level here. I realized that I didn't get this gem last time, and coincidentally, my total gem count is 11,997, which I say coincidentally because this is the stream I will be revealing my 1997 Game of the Year. So that's a coincidence, I'd say. You know, I mean, if you chop off the first one. So yeah, let's get right into it. We're about to finish our adventure here. Yep. Of course, the balloonist doesn't want me to collect this, but haha. Alright, now we have... Now, this should open, shouldn't it? No, I guess they want me to get this dragon first. Magnus. I remember him from Peacekeeper's World.
Nasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Nasty's treasure hoard, but the gate will only open if you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
Oh, I'm back. 80 dragons, baby. And 12,000... What is it, 12,000? Wait. Yeah, it's gonna open, right? Am I missing more? Nasty Nork, I missed a gem. Wow, okay. Okay, let's get in there. How did I miss a gem? That means I remember I can't use sparks, so looks like we are gonna be a little held up here. I can't believe I missed a gem and just... I guess, oh, because, you know, I was so preoccupied with just, like, not dying, and I at least got the skill point for Nasty, beating Nasty in one shot. That I couldn't really worry about that gem. I guess just like... Oh, that means I have to do it all over again, though. Where can I find this gem? I'm not seeing it here, right? At least I can die here if it comes to it. Oh my god. Here we are. Okay. Can I just leave? I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, because I'm not gonna go through the whole fight just to... I found that fair and square. Usually I do go to the return home if I can, but the return home just gonna bring us to a long credit sequence. 12,000 gems, there we are. Now let's open that dragon mouth and see what we have in store for us. Nasty's loot. Let's loot him out. So, kind of big news ever since last stream is that, you know, in the midst of this whole Microsoft buying... I love this, by the way. I love that they first start this level like this, where you've been trained this whole game to keep an eye out for where you can glide to. You know that the green goo underneath is not good. You know that you can't swim. That's for sure. And you're looking around and it's just like, what is going on? But it's like the level literally forces you to take that leap of faith, where it's like, even though I know I can't make it over here, there's something strange about this. So, and then you do it, and then boom, once you see that. But it's like, but then again, it's like, it's even more mysterious because it's like, what? Okay, I can fly, but I can't ascend. This is the one like level in the entire trilogy that is truly unique and really cool in how it's designed. You know, if this was something that had enemies, this would be a cool concept. But it's supposed to be just kind of a treasure hunt. And look at this. I love how they set this up, where it's like, hey, you can't go above what you have not earned. Like, you can't go above the height you've earned in a platforming sense, where you have to actually climb the stairs. And I love how all these gems, by the way, are just big money. Purple gems. See, I still can't go above this. Now we do have our good friend, the egg thieves, aka key thieves here. Just in case you missed them. But you know what? These thieves have been pretty integral to the game. Even with the egg thieves, kind of going away, and like the last you see of them in terms of the eggs is in Magic Crafter's world. But here, they come back. You see them in treetops for the keys. They become more key holders towards the end, I guess. But yeah, what I was saying was, Microsoft bought Activision. It was a huge acquisition, close to 70 billion. I think it was like 67 something billion or whatever, 68 billion, close to. Okay, so I can't go this way. I think there's somewhere. Oh, I have a key now, so I can go over here. So yeah, like a lot of my speculation of last stream we did was, how is Sony going to answer? Would they answer? Is this just going to become a meaningless war of acquisitions, which is kind of against Sony's MO when it comes to like tending to their own studios or developing their, or you know, like letting their own studios with history grow? But they went ahead anyway and acquired Activision. They bought them. I mean, not Activision. Sony bought Bungie, which it's a pretty interesting acquisition. I'm not a Destiny guy. I've always wanted to be, but I'm more of an offline campaign guy, and I know you have to, like, Destiny's like an always online game or whatever, and it's an ongoing game, and but I've heard that like the first person shooter, like, game loop and physics and engine and everything is very smooth and solid and fun. So I remember reading something that this could help them with future FPS titles to have Bungie on board as like a, because from what I understand, they're going to use Bungie as a multi-platform, like, independent studio still, and give them that creative freedom to not, like, you know, but they'll still just own them. They're not like looking to like make Destiny an exclusive, and that's fine, I think. If that's the strategy, then whatever. But I do hope that this can spell good news for like future titles. Look at this. I love that they bring a plane into it. Now the thieves have planes. I just love this. Ah. But yeah, it's an interesting acquisition. It kind of makes sense, you know, in the event that Call of Duty is not an exclusive anymore, which is always a possibility. At least Destiny is on the payroll here, I guess, and I guess I'll go this way. Can't rise up this way. Let me see. Can I go? Oh, I can go up here. I love this level. I just love this, like, the concept of this level. A lot of people find it boring, but I find it, I love it. I love how it's like, it just keeps going and going, and it's just like well designed. Alright, this one is one where you have to really hug the right of the of this cave here. Oh my god. Just be careful not to get caught up on it. There's kind of like a little bit of an invisible wall barrier that you need to be careful of, not to bounce off of. This is a big win right here. Ah, okay. He likes to go up. Or at least in the other game he went up. There we are. Alright, we got it. I think in the original, yeah, in the original PS1 version, he would fly back up to his starting point, and like one of the biggest mistakes is that if you follow him directly, then you're just kind of like in the same flight path, and you're not really gaining on him. But if you stay level and just kind of like let him go up and then come back down, and you just cut normally, then it gives you a kind of an advantage there. Oh, here's a... Oh, did I not... Oh, I see what they're doing. They're more intriguing collectathon going on here. Okay, so I think this is the highest point in the game. And they give you this one gem here as kind of like a... Oh, it's just one gem in this final room, but really what you're unlocking is the height. And you see this thing here, and you're just like, wait... What else? What more doors can I get? But then you go this way, and you find these fireworks. I think there's one right here. And here. Am I missing one is the question. I need another firecracker. Can I go up there yet? No, I don't think I can. Oh, there's one. There we are. Oh, so I can get up here, okay. So this is their final... I love this final room. To me, it's just so much fun. And it's kind of cool. Because it's Nasty's final... It's like Hitler's last stand, kind of here. The bunker. And here we are. And it's all purple gems, kind of like celebrating Spyro himself in a way. If you go by the color palette. 2000 of 2000. Here's all of Nasty Nork's fan mail. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe from the Norks. Then you got this. Imagination rhymes with devastation. Confidence. Oh, it's all of his like self-help, motivational messages. Confidence. There's nothing standing between you and your I was gonna say your god and your goal, but a little tiny purple dragon. It's true. It's all you need to do is focus a little, and you could have got me. Teamwork makes the dream work. It's kind of small there. Patience is for dragons. That's not good. Knowledge is the power to turn dragons to crystal. I don't think that's what knowledge is. Okay, we got that. Show me what that... Practice. It's not about being the best. It's about destroying everyone else. Ah, okay. What's that one say? Teamwork, though. Let me get up to the screen here. Teamwork is for Norks who can't do it themselves. Okay, I guess that's it. I like, and by the way, they didn't give all this attention to detail in the original game. It didn't. It just was like a room full of firework chests, which was still cool. But I like how they kind of spruced it up and made it a little interesting in the end. This is a game, by the way, that really doesn't have this huge, enthralling, like, in-depth story, but like it allows you to like kind of pursue your own imagination of like what went on here, and I like how Toys for Bob kind of fed into that here, and I like how it's this little vault door here, no entry and keep out and stuff like that. Very cool. So officially, this is how Spyro ends. There was never any skill points, but we're gonna go for them. And now what?
Spyro the Dragon, you've defeated Gnasty Ganor, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Nasty Nork and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Nasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again.
And we lived happily ever after. Until we just went over, you know, everyone was just trapped in Crystal again and didn't live happily ever after. That was back in the day when replay value of games, you just play it again. You play it again and it's going to be fun. And really, honestly, Spyro is one of the rare games that I have always played over and over and over. Like, I would always return to, like, every year or so. I've played this game ad nauseum. I have always enjoyed it. So my remaining, I have a handful here to do. I guess we'll go to Stonehill, burn the hidden pink tulip. We'll do that real quick. Stonehill. I suppose at this point I'll start going in, you know, so because we've already seen these levels and these aren't going to be the most interesting tasks. You know, some of them are, but we've all seen, you know, the main adventure. So I'll start going into my 1997 Game of the Year. So 1995 was Twisted Metal, 1996 was Crash Bandicoot. 1997, I actually have 5 games here that I own from 1997. I'll go into the ones that aren't exact. There's 3 here. Like, if I had to choose, I'd say there's 2 here that were really like. There's a clear winner I have, but all these games that I have here that are contenders are good games, I'd say. And some were really games that I really enjoyed, like to the point where they are true runner-ups. Okay, so I need to, before I do anything, let me just find my bearings. I need to find the way out of here, onto the outer part of the level, which is over here. Okay, so one of the first games that I ever actually owned, that came bundled. Actually, 2 games came bundled with my PlayStation 1, and this was these. One game is my Game of the Year, and here's the other game. The other game, which is a very good game, was Gran Turismo. This is a game that I really wanted to play, and if you've watched my streams before, I've told this before, but like I really loved cars when I was a kid. I loved racing games. I loved the idea that I loved, like, the concept of Gran Turismo really appealed to me. I like, you know, it's like real car types or whatever, and you know, it's not just like NASCAR. But I know there's a tulip around here. Here it is. Okay, let's move on. But yeah, Gran Turismo was good. I don't really have many strong memories. The one thing I can say that I have to admit is that it's the one game I own that I have no idea where it is. Currently, I have no idea where it is. It's the one game that just somehow got lost in my collection, but I know I like to say that I still own it because in my heart that game still stuck with me a lot. And it was it was the only PS1 game that I had that was like a fat. I think it had 2 discs, so it was like a fat CD case. Really great game. Obviously, I've never like other than like I've had some racing games, like actual car racing games in the future, but I actually never went back to Gran Turismo in any of its sequels. But what's interesting is this recent state of play for Gran Turismo 7, which was like a 30-minute showcase. It very much appeals to me. I love first of all, one of the big things is that I love that they're apparently for like Gran Turismo fans, they're really answering a lot of the complaints and a lot of the requests that people have, like, that fans have wanted in their game for a long time. And I like looking at that state of play, like the attention to detail and everything, the amount of cars that are going to be in this, which has always been a thing, but like the weather simulation, the way it like like the stars in the sky is actually like rotating as if like the Earth is rotating, and like there's humidity. And I have to remember what I'm actually doing here, because I remember there's a skill point. All bulls stuck. Okay, so I think this means I can't flame the bull, I have to actually ram them. But yeah, one of the big selling points right now for Gran Turismo is that, one, we're in the early stages of the PS5, where there really aren't any crazy big games yet. I mean, obviously we're gonna get God of War, we're gonna get Horizon this year, but one thing that I'm really kind of disappointed with my collection so far is that third-party, like, games say like Riders Republic, where it's online only, and it's very like kind of soulless. It disappoints me how a game like that doesn't even have like any. Like, it's always online, but it doesn't have, like, any offline support. It doesn't have a campaign. Like, it doesn't have a single player. I think it has something called a Zen mode, where you can, like, ride the mountain on, but, like, you have no, like, task to do, which is, like, kind of stupid. But there's also no, like, offline multiplayer. And one of the big things for me with Gran Turismo is that it's actually supporting 2-player split screen. And I'm kind of interested to see what a racing game is in 2022, because really the last racing game I owned was from like the PS2 era. So I feel like I'm due for like, if I'm to get any sports game, and like I know it's like racing is kind of a sport in itself. It's not really like, you know, like a MLB or anything, but I'm kind of due for a racing game, I think. I'm kind of craving it right now. And honestly, I think with all these acquisitions going on, with, like, you know, Microsoft swallowing up everything, I'm going to be grateful for what I have, and I think I'm gonna get Gran Turismo 7 and check it out. And I think it's just cool. It has real world kind of like brands and stuff to it, and it really feels like a celebration of cars, and I think that's what Gran Turismo always was. So, yeah, so back to what I'm saying. The original Gran Turismo, it was a great game for its time. Very, like, I know graphically it was amazing, and it ran well. What else we got? Dr. Shemp, I gotta do perfect in Dr. Shemp. Alright, let's get to Dr. Shemp. But yeah, Gran Turismo, very, very good game. Not my game of the year, though. But a great game nonetheless. Another game from 1997 was was a game. Okay, so there's two games here that used to scare the crap out of me as a kid. Not one more for its difficulty and its kind of like its subject matter, and another just for how it starts. I guess I'll go with like the less. I mean, they're both kind of. It's not that they were scary, but it was just like they kind of like. I always dreaded playing them because there were parts to the game that really were not colorful or pleasing for a little kid to play, I think. But I'm being kind of like a wuss when I'm saying this. But I guess I'll say the first one was Mega Man Legends for the PS1. The reason the game used to freak me out as a kid is because it took me a while to get out of the first part of the game where you're in this like cave structure and there's these and it's very like Metal Gear Solid like and it's dark and you're in this like dark corridor like underground and there's these weird machines that are underneath there with you and you have to like be careful of them. And then there's a giant boss fight of like a Cyclops robot, and I remember I think around this time I still didn't really have a memory card yet, so I would always have to replay this part in order to get out of this like kind of like a dungeon area where this like really scary boss and really scary enemies to me as a kid. But yeah, Mega Man Legends. But yeah, once I got a memory card and you get out of that area, it actually opens up to this like kind of green, lush forest for the time, you know, for its pixelated time. And then you can go to town square and like interact with people and stuff, and you actually like get to meet up with your actual allies and stuff. And that's when the game opened up and became fun, and not dreadful. Okay, let's do this. See if I can do this without dying. Got him. I always forget what this guy does on each phase, but we'll see. But yeah, Mega Man Legends, let me get past him, because he's... Let's see. Okay, I can do this. I can do you. Come on. There you are. But Mega Man Legends was a great game. It feels like Pokemon in a way, in the way, like, I mean, in the kind of Japanese, like, it was Capcom. Oh my god. There we go. It was like the first like 3D, like kind of like third-person shooter type game that I owned was Mega Man Legends, and hey, Pulpa Pig, how are you? But it was a very kind of a blocky game. I did beat it. It took me a while to beat it as a kid. I never really beat it, but I did like within like maybe the last 10 years. I went back to it. I forget when. Yeah, I'm talking about my game of the year for 1997. I haven't revealed it yet, but one of the games, two of the games so far that I've mentioned is Gran Turismo and Mega Man Legends, that are kind of contenders. Let me see what else I have to do here. I'm going through skill points, by the way, just to finish, just to fill the hour. Burn hidden painting in high caves. That's Magic Crafters.
Hop on, Spyro.
Well, let me get to that. I mean, it's pretty obvious what 1997's Game of the Year is going to be for me. But there are serious contenders. I haven't got to the one that really was one of my favorite games as a kid. But so Mega Man was good. Gran Turismo was good. But okay, so the third game that I owned in 1997 that kind of freaked me out as a kid, and I think understandably more so than Mega Man Legends, it was Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, which is about Abe, which is this alien-like creature who's kept as a slave in kind of like like an industrial plant, and he's on the menu to be eaten by like the boss or something, and he has to escape. And it was such like a dark, dreadful game. Yeah, and they actually made a remake for PS4, and then they came out with a new game recently, which was like part of like the PS5's like reveal show. Oddworld Soulstorm, I think, which is even more of a kind of like a screwed up game in that it's a lot more darker than the original game was, I think. But Oddworld was fun. It had a quirkiness to it. Like, you can, like, talk. It was the one game, though, that freaked me out because, like, you didn't have weapons or any, like, way to, like... any physical way to, like, defeat enemies. You had to use, like, telepathy and kind of, like, manipulate your environment in order to get, these, like, guards that had, like, machine guns to, like, just, like... you know, you either like roasted them or like you know you can control them with your mind and shoot the other guards or whatever. But Abe as the protagonist never actually physically like hurt anybody. But yeah, well, see, like I was born in 1990, so like this was like fresh in my like you know beginning stages of video games for me. But now, what am I doing in High Caves again? I'm looking for a painting? Burn the painting, or something like that. Burn hidden painting. I think I remember seeing this painting somewhere. Let's see. But, yeah, Oddworld was a great game because it kind of gave you these options to do things that were really unnecessary. Like, you can... Like one of your main goals was to rescue your, your species that was also like kept captive into slavery. Oh my god. But it gave you like weird options, like you can burp by pressing like circle, or like you can fart or something like that, which was it was just a very odd quirky game, but very, I'd say, dark subject matter for the time, like for a kid to play. It was T for teen, but like it felt like a mature rated game, and I think the new game is M for mature. So I heard that if I ride this for 10 seconds, then I get a skill point. But yeah. Oddworld was a good game. It's a game I've never beaten. It's one of those games that like requires like password saves. Come on, give me the skill point. I heard I can get a skill point if I ride a druid platform for 10 seconds. That's what I'm doing. Aren't I? Oh, blowhard. My bad. Okay. So let's keep going. Let's find this painting. But yeah, Oddworld. Oh, that's the painting. I see it. Nice. Let's get out of here. Yeah, Oddworld was a good game. It just freaked me out as a kid. It had password saves, and I just never beat it because the more you played it, the more intense and darker that game got. And when you're growing up in the era of like Spyro and you're just a kid with platformers and Mario is a thing and everything. Oddworld was just a very creepy game. Even for an adult, I think it's a creepy game. What do you think of Sony buying Bungie? I was talking about that before. Yeah, I think it's an acquisition that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't really. I'm not exactly sure what their strategy is by keeping it multi-platform. I think it's good. It's good PR to keep it multi-platform, but I think what the real reason they're acquiring Bungie is for their assets of how to make first-person shooters and stuff, and like live service games, which is a good acquisition. I think. I think it's a smart one, especially. I think they paid a nice, reasonable price for it too. Not, you know, didn't have to be $70 billion, even though Activision is the bigger. Yeah, it's not as crazy as Microsoft at all, but you know what? I'll take it. I mean, I wish Bungie still owned Halo as an IP, but like I said, like Destiny doesn't really appeal to me that much. I like the idea of Destiny, but I just wish it had a single player campaign that it doesn't require online. I heard the game is fun though, but I don't know. Okay, so what am I doing here? I'm gonna ride a druid platform for 10 seconds. Okay, so yeah, so far I've mentioned Gran Turismo, Mega Man Legends, and Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. Now here's my runner-up game for Game of the Year. It's not my Game of the Year, but it's the game that I really, really, really loved as a kid. And that is Frogger. 1997's Frogger by Hasbro Interactive. I didn't forget the game yet, trust me. Frogger was a 3D Frogger game for PS1, but it was still like the top-down classic version. Oh, I forgot that I'm supposed to ride this thing. It was still like the top-down like classic Frogger gameplay and format, but it was in 3D and it allowed you to do more things. It wasn't just like the classic Frogger level. It had more levels to it. It had like ice levels and like, you know, where you can slip and slide and like what else? It wasn't just like the traffic level. It went into more in-depth creative levels, and it had such a crazy soundtrack that I really enjoyed. And also what really appealed to me is that I knew about this game through a friend, and we used to play it at his house. It was my neighbor, and what was really fun about it was it had multiplayer up to 4 players, and it was really addicting because you could do so many funny things. Like you can as Frogger, like, or like whatever frog you were playing as, you can like hop on top of one of like the people you're playing against, and like trap them like by like holding them down basically. And this would like screw them up because then they like you can wait for like a truck to come and then just hop off them at the last second and they would die. And it was just so like I remember like it used to drive my friends crazy that I would do this to them, and there was so much like screaming in the room. It was a really just like fun multiplayer game that you could play, and it was just a really fun single player game too because it had these really cool levels to unlock and like a high score system and everything that. Honestly, like, it just blows the original, like, arcade Frogger away. Oh, well, see, that's the thing. I have never played any Final Fantasy, and I know that's a crime, and I have a friend who would tell me that's a travesty that I haven't done that, because he's a big Final Fantasy guy.
Need a lift?
Let me see what my other skill points are. Okay, so I did that page. Terrace Village, no electric floor damage. Okay, let's go to Terrace Village.
Need
Yes.
a lift?
I know that's a huge game though for people because I always see that in like top 100 lists of all time of video games. Obviously, I'm only picking of games that I actually own on in my collection. But yeah, like I said, Frogger, very excellent game. It really was my runner-up. It was one of those games that I literally asked for like Christmas because it was so funny to me. It really is a fun game. If you ever look that game up on YouTube, like the original Frogger, like it has such a cool soundtrack, like a really like catchy soundtrack. Very jazzy and very like lots of drums and like a really cool beat. Every Frogger level had a crazy beat that I really enjoyed, and just fun multiplayer, very creative levels, and while still like remaining true to what Frogger is. But But yeah, that was my runner-up. My game of the year, I know this is like the easy answer coming from me, but I have to give it to it. And it simply goes to Crash Bandicoot 2, the Cortex Strikes Back. Because it's the, like I said, when I first got my PlayStation, it came bundled with Gran Turismo and Crash Bandicoot 2. I was so set to play Gran Turismo on that Christmas, but my cousin said, no, 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 you have to try Crash 2. You have to try Crash 2. And I was like, I've seen commercials of them. And I was like, I'll get around to it, but I wasn't like gung-ho to play. But I listened to them anyway, and I played it, and I'm so glad that I was so wrong about it. I thought it was just like, oh, this is like a Donkey Kong game or something, or like it looks like. So I guess I have to get to this endless level without taking any electric damage. I don't know what that means, but I hope that just means like the floor damage, not these enemies, but we'll see. Oh my god. Let's just assume that means that I have to survive these electric guys too. Yeah, it is. Honestly, I'm sorry, but it is. You know why? Because I think Crash 2 is the greatest Crash game of the first three. I actually I'm always torn between Warped and Crash 2, but I really think Crash 2's atmosphere really resonates with me more. I like the warp room structure. I love how like there's like a Stockholm syndrome with Crash with Crash and Cortex, where like Cortex is a bad guy, and you already know in the opening cutscene that he's using you for evil, but like you have no choice but to listen to him, and you kind of look forward to his messages between levels, and he actually you start to want to believe that he's really trying to save the world with the power of these crystals, even though you know that that's not what they showed you in the beginning of the game. And I think it's one of the rare games where they show you what the antagonist's motives are, and yet you want to believe they aren't true, and that he actually is sincere. And then I just love how like Coco comes in and she's trying to warn you, and but like you just have this like Stockholm syndrome because you have no choice but to like work for Cortex, and yet and you just give him the benefit of the doubt the whole game almost. Oh my god. So I had to get through this without getting hurt by the electricity. I'm hoping that I'm gonna try this again. Look. This loading is too insane. Alright, let me exit the level and come back in. But I think it's just one of those special games. I like that it doesn't like as much as I love Warped, I like that Crash 2 doesn't depend on the vehicle levels too much. Like I know Crash Warped is kind of more of like a Mario Party spirit to it, where it's like every level is like its own little mini game, but they still retain that platforming. But Crash 2, I really just love the platforming. I love the physics of the Crash 2, Crash 3 engine, and I like how the level themes kind of make more sense than just what time travel can just like randomly provide in a platformer in terms of level themes. And I just have such a soft spot for that game. It really is like my favorite Crash platformer game, I think, to this day. So far, your game of the year is, are you going to include remakes? When I do that, I actually think my criteria might... Oh my god. I really wish this loading wasn't so long so I can just try to get through this. But yeah, I think I'm not going to reward remakes. Well, yeah, I don't think I think I'm gonna try to like maybe I'll say what my favorite because I mean, it's pretty like when it comes to the Activision remakes, it's pretty much a given that those are gonna be my favorite remakes of the year. but I think I'm gonna try to like be fair to like original games when I get to that point. Because yeah, I mean, like, is Crash Insane Trilogy, like, I know a lot of people can say arguably it's better than the original PS1 trilogy, but for me it's not quite there. I think it doesn't really retain the same physics and kind of like the nuances, the little nuances that made those games special. Trying to get through this, trying to get through. Okay, I think this part's the hardest part. I mean, what I just got through is the hardest part. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for microphone users. I fell into that by accident. I was concentrating so much. I apologize for anyone who was wearing a microphone during that. I mean a headset. Earbud users. But yeah, are you gonna get... Yeah, so when I was talking about Gran Turismo, yeah, I think after that state of play, I'm actually convinced that I'm gonna get that game. I like that they support multiplayer. Not just online multiplayer, but like split screen split screen offline multiplayer. I like the variety. I love how much attention to detail and like the weather effects and everything. And it's just coming at a time where all these games, third-party games, are getting scooped up. I haven't had a racing game in so long that I kind of want to. But yeah, I kind of want to support this game because it's a very, like, say if Sony owned Riders Republic, I feel like they would give a game like that, like a snowboarding game or like a winter sports game, all the attention and love it deserves. Whereas with Ubisoft, they really made it like a hollow shell of a game to me. God dang. But it's very rare to have a game that I really don't delve into the genre of racing, like real life, real like kind of simulated racing, and for Sony to own that IP, they're gonna give it all they got. And like I know there's the whole like Forza versus Gran Turismo thing. I'm not like I have no idea what game is better. I'm sure they're both great games. So, but I want to like I feel like I'm due to kind of like delve into Gran Turismo again because I really haven't played a Gran Turismo since the first game that I ever owned on PS1. But yeah, I've heard Forza is better. I've heard that too. I've heard a lot. That's usually the consensus with racing fans. But I think Gran Turismo is still a very solid quality game, and like there's a lot of games these days that kind of just skate through without any effort, and I think Gran Turismo is a game that doesn't do that. I think that Gran Turismo is a game that earns the kind of like accolades it gets, and I feel like I'm kind of like just due to try it out. Okay, now I got through the hard part. Okay, now I'm good. Okay. But yeah, 1995 is Twisted Metal. 1996 is Crash Bandicoot 1. And the only reason Crash Bandicoot 1 is my game of the year is it's the only game from 1996 I actually ever played or owned. And 1997 is, as obvious as it would have been an easy answer, it is Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. No question. But all those games in that I named, Mega Man Legends, Gran Turismo, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, and Frogger, all good games. All great games in their own right. Some didn't appeal to me as much. Frogger, definitely, I really enjoyed. But Crash Bandicoot 2 is just such a special game. Okay, finally, I did it. Oh, not quite yet. Hold on. I was gonna try to cut across to him right there, but then I realized he's actually lighting the floor with electricity, so I had to be careful. There we are. Skill point. It's crazy though, with all these acquisitions, I just hope it... I know it's gonna, like, I've heard from, apparently from, video game insiders, they say that there's more acquisitions on the way that haven't been finalized yet. I know Jeff Keighley said something on Twitter that he's aware of other acquisitions that are about to be revealed, but I just feel like this is gonna be a silly arms race for, Sony really doesn't need to just buy studios. That was never really their culture. They grew studios, and they fostered them, with time and patience, and they didn't just buy. I feel like Microsoft just buys studios, and then it's like, okay, well, are you gonna do anything with them now? Like, yeah, they have 343. They were very successful with Halo Infinite. It seems like that's a game I would actually love to play if I can get my hands on it. Wait, let's go to Haunted Towers. Blue Wizard. Burn the Blue Wizard hat. And then there's a Lofty Castle. Destroy Hidden Stump. Alright, let's go to Burn Blue Wizard Hat. Haunted Towers. I'm buying War. It's a buying war. It is, yeah. But at the same time, it's kind of like both studios are kind of forcing themselves to do this now because Game Pass is kind of becoming a real thing, like in this future of gaming where, just like with Netflix, TV with Netflix and all these streaming services like Amazon and Disney Plus and, Apple TV and everything, like everything's becoming a streaming world. And games haven't really gotten there yet, but I feel like they're getting close. As much as I will always be buying physical games, Game Pass is real. It's very successful, and this is the time for Xbox to start at least buying these studios so that they can get more games on there from existing developers. Not just precisely, specifically their own exclusive studios or whatever, but even though these are going to be kind of probably like exclusive games in the future for whatever original games they come up with, but I think Sony kind of has to be forced to play the game, because did you hear that Sony is making an answer to Game Pass? Yes, it's codenamed Spartacus, and we're going to see what that's all about soon, I think, but I don't know, it's just like, first of all, I don't really like the idea of having a game service, because I really don't just go from game to game to game to game at will like that. Like, I like any games that I want to play, I'm going to own them. Oh, I didn't have any sparks, I guess. But that's just me personally, I guess. Like if I'm gonna buy a game, I'm gonna buy it. And I don't need, even with PS Plus, I don't download all these free games that they give you. The only reason I have PS Plus is to, live stream or go online, because apparently you need to pay to be online or whatever. But, I'm not gonna download all these games because first of all, it kind of messes with my whole, trophy trajectory. I don't want to just, play a bunch of these games that I'm not gonna really care about. That's just me personally, but Let's go to Lofty Castle first, since it's here. I forget what I have to do. I have to find the stump. Did you hear that's... Yeah, okay. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe, like, because it's the same thing with TV. I always bought the DVDs or the Blu-rays for all the seasons of TV I like. But that doesn't mean that I don't delve into streaming services, because that's kind of how it's been forced upon us now, that there's original content on these streaming services. Whereas with games, everything's always giving you an option. If you want to buy it physically when it comes out, you buy it physically, or you use the streaming service. But like, if I want to watch a TV show as it airs before like it comes out on physical media within that year, then I'm gonna just go to the streaming service so I can be in the loop and be caught up. So I have to find this stump. Oh, I think the stump's up there. I have to like get up there somehow. Oh no, it's over here, right? Yeah, there's a stump. How do I get there? Do I have to... I think Konami needs to be bought out. I think it would be interesting, because then maybe they can actually make Konami a good studio again. Because like, whatever they're doing, it's not good. How do I get to this spot? Maybe I have to go this way. Let's check it out. Because that's the thing, is a lot of these Japanese studios aren't being really considered in any of these acquisitions. Like, for some reason, Sony just doesn't want to deal with them. I don't know why, but... Konami is pretty much out of their minds, kind of like the act. Yeah, I can see that. How do I get the stump? I can see it, but I don't know how to get to it. I remember... Do I have to use my supercharge to get to this? No, because the supercharge brings you up here. Oh, maybe you have to, like... I think I see what to do. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I know what to do. I don't know. Let's check over here. Oh, I think I know what to do. We have to, like, get high. Or this way, I think. That'd be an interesting acquisition, though. Okay, so I made it here. What does that mean for me, though? Can I make it onto this little bridge thing? No, I cannot. Honestly, like, in a perfect world, I'd like to see what Sony would do if they bought EA. I know it's not like possible really, because I think EA is a lot of money to buy. But I would love it if EA can get their shit together and make really cool games again. Because I used to get a lot of games from EA, like the James Bond games and Simpsons games and stuff. Like, but I feel like, how do I get to this? Oh, maybe I can get up on this part. Nope. No. I think I have to use this thing. Oh, I see what I can do. think if I get to the top of the supercharged part... Nope, not that way, no. Right here. And then if I go... Which way? I have to like look at my surroundings. I just had the idea. What can I do? Can I go this way? Yeah, this is the way to do it. I think. I think I originally wanted to go that other way though, but... Oh no! Screwed it up. What was my original idea? I was gonna start from over here. Yeah, that's where I want to go. I see now. Okay. I'm probably not going to be able to do this in the time that I wanted to, but... Oh my god, you damn balloon guy. I'm wondering if I should, like, save skill points for, like, the last... Like, the end of my Reignited Trilogy run as, like, a bonus episode for whatever I can't finish. Because really, the purpose of me doing these right now is just to, like, fill the hour. Because I knew I only had, like, the Nasty's loot to do. Let me go this way. I'm not going the right way. I'm supposed to be going this way. This is what I want to do. Okay. Let's try this. I like that all these fairy whirlwinds are like activated for me since I've already done them before. I don't have to do it all over again. Yeah, this is. I think this is the right way to do it. And then I want to go, yep, this is the way I was supposed to do it. Simple. Easy peasy. What am I doing? Charge the stump. There we go. Do I have a return home area? Oh, it's like towards the end. You know what? For the sake of time, let's just exit. Let's see what else I can do. Because I think I just got to beat Jocks without dying. The only reason I didn't beat him last time is because I was like doing a lot of platforming, and that's what killed me. I don't think he necessarily ever like hurt me. Not well, defeat Jocks without getting hurt is what I meant. But and there's another one. I had to find like a blue wizard hat in Haunted Towers. That's gonna be annoying. Hopefully I stumble upon that one real quick. Let's find Haunted Towers. Oh my god. Haunted Towers is this way. My bad. Ow. At least the skill points... At least they tell you what to do. At least it's not like a hidden trophy system type of thing. So that way is Jocks. This way is Haunted Tower. Alright, here we are. Alright, let's try to see if I can find this damn hat. Wizard's hat. Games I've been playing recently, by the way, have been There's two games that I kind of dug back into. It's one during the weekend I was playing Red Dead 2, just to do. I was playing the online because I never really played the online, and I figured I didn't want to play it at the time because it was kind of like in its early stages, and I know they were like adding to it and developing it at the time. But yeah, it's fun. It's kind of like a live service game, like when you're like the free roam area. Ow. And another game I was playing recently was I was playing God of War 3 Remastered, which was fun because I was playing on hard mode, which I'd never beaten before. I think I remember this hat being in the castle. Oh, maybe, no, I remember where this hat is. It's around the corner, around here, I think. It just, like, my memory just, like, sparked having remembered it just now. It's right around the corner around here, I think. I could have sworn it was around here somewhere. Okay, hold on. If it's not here, it must be like in the other castle area. Ah, I remember it now. It's like around here, around one of these like corners. I have to go back and find this, get this kiss. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Is it here? It's on this ledge? It's not. It's around one of these like crevices. I'm gonna find it. Not around here. It's gonna be... You kiss me? I thought I was gonna get a kiss. Oh, I actually have to like... Alright, give me a kiss. Thank you. Maybe it's around this last area part. Oh my god. I have to defeat the enemies in order to get Kiss. Okay, where is this wizard hat? It's not here. It must be in like that secret area then. Not seeing it here. Gonna have to do the supercharge. It's not in the air though, is it? I know it's like around the corner or something of one of these castle walls. I'm gonna find this thing. We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it. Maybe around here. So the Uncharted movie is right around the corner. Yeah, you know, I have half a mind to go watch it because I think it's going to be a fun movie regardless if it's like, you know, what we want it to be. I feel like it's going to be an enjoyable film. Oh my god, where is this dang blue hat? This blue hat might be like in the beginning of the level. Unless it's around here. Oh, come on. I'm not gonna mess with these guys yet. I want my sparks back. I just don't think they're around. This blue hat is going to be around here. It might be in the beginning. Oh my god. It looks funny too. I mean, it like the Mark Wahlberg Tom Holland like kind of banter. It looks charming. Let me see if I can go this way. I'm gonna go to the beginning of the level. See if I missed it somewhere. It's gotta be like in these like little areas here. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Like, what if it was like right in the beginning here? No. Come on, Blue Hat, where are you? It's gonna like... I probably like saw it already. Blue Hat. Right? Is that what I'm looking for? A blue hat? Burn blue wizard hat. Gotta do it. I gotta do it. I've come this far. I cannot not burn the blue wizard hat. Oh, it's gotta be up here. I remember. It just sparked my memory. It's gotta be. I remember it. I remember it being such... It's not like as like crystal clear of a blue hat as I remember it being. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's up here. Maybe if I can glide to it over here. I think I know where it is. It's over here. Oh, I missed it. No, I found it. I just got it. There's no Googling in this stream. In Kev Plays. Maybe on Crash 4 there will be. If I ever get around to that. But honestly, I'd rather not Google anything from Crash 4 still. I'm still figuring it out. Alright, so we're gonna go take on Jocks, and we'll call it. And then we will begin Spyro 2 next time. But right for now, I'm gonna go take on Jocks, not get hit. Oh, yeah, I found it. I just didn't land on the platform I needed to, but I got lucky. I like flamed just as I missed it. Yeah, if you rewind, you'll see it. These are fun. I like the skill points. Like Spyro 1 never had the skill points. I like that Toys for Bob added them. Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 are games that had skill points in the original PS1 versions. And Spyro 2, I just remember I used to play that game ad nauseum. So the skill points were always like a treat for me back in the day. Like I pretty much like know them all, even whenever I play any playthrough. Spyro 3, I don't think I am familiar with as much, but I did collect those as well. Spyro 3, there's a lot to do in Spyro 3. Okay, let's get the Jocks real quick. I'm surprised that there weren't any flight level skill points for the first game, because I know Spyro 2 and 3 have those. I know they have the skateboarding stuff, like time trial stuff, and the flight level stuff for Spyro 2. So I'm surprised that Toys R Us didn't do that for this game, but no complaints, honestly. Not that I couldn't do it. Okay, so I basically have to get through this whole thing without getting hit. I basically just have to be careful of these little goons. Alright, so far so good. You basically just have to be on his tail. Oh my god. Oh, so there actually are parts where you actually have to flame him. He's not just gonna run away. There we are. And that is our Spyro 1 playthrough for Reignited Trilogy. You know what, since we have it, let's just look at the artwork just to, reap our reward here. We got that, we got that. Congratulations, parts 1, 2 of the art gallery have been unlocked. Press square to open the art gallery. There's our classic Spyro 1 kind of, cover art, redone. Nice little Spyro specs here. Some of this we saw like towards the end in the credit sequence. I remember seeing some of these animations, or like some of these stills. There's the dragon statue. Some of our enemies. I'm still disappointed with the whole paint gun thing. I think they could have, like, the whole joke of it was that they were using machine guns at the very last level, because all the fantasy and magic and whimsy of the fantasy aspect of Spyro was just thrown out the window, and Nasty Nork was desperate, so he was just resorting to like military warfare. Even though Peacekeepers does the whole cannons and all that, but I just think it's just a silly thing. It's a silly use of censorship for what's supposed to be something that's something that Spyro as the protagonist overcomes. He's better than these enemies that resort to gun violence. In a way, they're kind of just muddling the message. Is that Spyro is that gun violence is it can't compete with the wonder and imagination of a purple dragon, and his go-getterness, go-getterness, if that's even a word. Yeah, we got these guys, these Dreamweavers, fools. There's the flower. Nork and the weird dogs. Giant Pansy is what he's called. Wow. Armored Horror and Demon Dogs. Dreamweaver Fools. Norks. That's cool. Toasty. It's the sheep. The lamb, or, whatever. There's Dr. Shemp. A lot more personality was given to these, because they kind of had to, like, go off these really weird, blocky, pixelated versions of what was in the PS1 version. But I think they captured the spirit. Metalhead. Which, even back in the day, I never realized it was supposed to be like a punk rock. I guess I should have known that. It was like the whole Beastmaker's world was more of like a punk rock theme. Jocks and Nasty Nork. Jocks was always a very, like, I could never tell what the hell he was actually supposed to be. That and what's his name? Blowhard. Very abstract bosses in design. And there's Nasty Nork. Artisan Dragons, Delbit and Gavin. Artisan Dragons, Nestor and Thor. Peacekeeper Dragons, Trondo and Boris. Peacekeepers Dragons, Magnus and Conan. Magikarp Dragons, Xander and Jarvis. Magikarp Dragons, Lucas and Eldred. You get the idea. Beastmakers Dragons, Cypern and Bubba. Beastmakers Dragons, Damon and Zeke. So I guess, out of 80 dragons, I guess these are like the most prolific, noteworthy dragon designs. Dreamweaver Dragons, Capano and Revilo. I liked Revilo, by the way. I thought he was a cool looking design. Like, I like how he's kind of rocking on his tail backside there. Dreamweaver's Dragons, Unica and Mudata. And that's it. All good. Well, that has been Spyro the Dragon from the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Next time we will be doing Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage for the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. We have a lot to go in terms of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Yeah, so if anyone would like to take it upon themselves to like, comment, or subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. I know that, this is a very small channel, but I appreciate the little gestures like that and stuff. But anything, not that I need it, but I guess that's just something that content creators have to say, whatever. But yeah, I'll catch you next time, Pelpa Pig. Thank you for stopping by. Stay tuned for 1998's Game of the Year in the next stream, and in the meantime, yes, everyone, take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. This is Kevin, and catch you next time. Peace.